I hate the term, I don't have this kind of equipment. I don't have money. I don't have this, this, and this. So then I can't go do whatever it is that I want to do. Whether that's, make YouTube videos, whether that's take photos, whether that's go chasing out your dreams, right? Because for the longest time, I was in the same mentality. I thought if I didn't have a big, 4K camera or a mirrorless camera or a DSLR, I can't make YouTube videos. But little do you guys know that, my very first YouTube videos, I filmed on this little dinky thing. Yeah, my first YouTube videos weren't that great. Yeah, the image quality of it isn't that great. There's a lot of grain and noise and my lighting was off. But those were the key essential moments when I decided to get better and actually do what I love. For this video, I'm gonna show you guys how you can take any sort of, regular footage that you film on your phone and turn that into a super awesome, sick, cinematic edit sequence, whatever you wanna call it. Cause, yeah, cool images is one thing, and yeah, putting hours into editing is another thing, but if you don't have the passion and drive, on top of, having a good story behind whatever you're trying to tell to the world, then, it's like, I can spend thousands of dollars on this big camera, but I'm really bad at editing. I don't have any storytelling capabilities, and I don't really have a personality, if that's what you want to do on YouTube. Cool story, bro. It's all about, how you feel in here and what you're trying to say to the world. And for this video, what story it's trying to tell is that you don't need thousands of dollars, right? It's not about the equipment, it's about the story you're trying to tell to the audience. I got her number, I was super forward, I asked her if she was single and she was down to grab a coffee, and eventually she said yes. And what ended up happening on my part was that I got in my car, started up the car, and I was like, this is real life. This is actually happening right now. And I remember getting in my car, driving all the way to her place. She texted me her address, and I was like, hey, I'm outside your house right now. And she eventually got in the car, and I'm like, she's sitting in my passenger seat. The girl of my dreams. And I'm trying to tell you guys that, a lot of people are like, hey, I don't have this. How do I start a YouTube channel? How do I do this, this, and this? You just start and you just do it. Because the reality is, most people have, these new generation mobile devices now, their phones, which can actually film in 4K, Quad HD, 1080p, 60 frames a second. And a lot of people don't realize that that's almost on the par of, an entry-level DSLR in their pocket. And you can film, take photos, and do everything if you know the basic foundations. Whether that's, learning how your composition, learning how to picture the image, learning how to have proper movements when you're filming stuff, learning how to stabilize. Even these phones now, they have image stabilization. Can you believe that? So how do I get better as a person who edits videos? How do I become a better YouTuber, perhaps? It's all about doing the work. Put in the hours that no one else is willing to put in so that you can become better. You do the thing over and over and over and over again. That's how you get better. But if you have any kind of, self-awareness that you need to one up, not the YouTube channel that has the same subscribers or more than you, but you need to one up yourself. So you need to constantly get better by each video. You can't do the same thing over and over again, because Gary Vaynerchuk says that's just spinning your wheels, and it's true, right? It's all about putting the hard effort that no one's else willing to do, because, why do it if you don't love it, right? And constantly get better. So next time you're like, I don't have the right equipment to film this awesome thing, or I don't have the right camera to do this and that. Stop making excuses and go out and do the work, because that's the bottom line. And I'll see y'all in the next one. And that was my video on, how to film, or how I film cinematic sequences on a super low budget, because I still have an entry-level DSLR, a Nikon D5200. And, for all those, camera nerds or editor or aspiring editors or aspiring YouTubers want to know what exactly I did, all I did for the video was I cropped it,
8 to 10% depending on, the camera angles that I filmed. I color graded it. Some people use LUTs and all that, but I'll get that into another video. And I use warp stabilizer on Adobe Premiere Pro, and that's essentially all you need to make it look a little bit more, professional. Things like contrast and bringing your darks and whites, but it's all about doing the work, period.